Key features of the systemic racism blanketing America was Kyle Rittenhouse. And now that the evidence is coming out, now Jen Psaki wants to avoid the consequences of Joe Biden's lies. We'll see how that holds up in court in a defamation trial, which should certainly take place after this one. And again, this is part of the broader Democratic narrative. So Cori Bush, a Black Lives Matter activist who's been elected to Congress and is now an adjunct member of the squad, she tweeted out yesterday, quote, "When we marched in Ferguson, white supremacists would hide behind a hill near where Michael Brown Jr. was murdered and shoot at..."
Thank you, Goji404 for the 5 gifted subs. Wait, what the fuck's he saying?
"White supremacists would hide behind a hill near where Michael Brown Jr. was murdered and shoot at us. They never faced consequences. If Kyle Rittenhouse gets acquitted, it tells them that even 7 years later, they can still get away with it." So, number one, I feel like I'm going to need like one shred of evidence from the Congresswoman that this ever happened. I feel like that would have been a national story. If there had been Black Lives Matter protests in 2014 and a group of Nazis had shown up on a nearby hill and sniped into a group of black protesters, I feel like that...
Stillbond, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. And Oedipus Rex, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Might have been like we might have heard about that just a little bit. I'm gonna need some evidence, like one single solitary shred of evidence that this ever happened from Cori Bush. This is like Brian Williams under fire in Iraq. Just until I see a shred of like any evidence at all. Okay, so that's a lie. But then the idea is that even if that happened, Kyle Rittenhouse has something to do with that. He's a white supremacist who is what, out to shoot other white people that night in order to harm blackness or something.
No, dude. No. Why is he fucking behaving like this? His website literally had to take down. Fun fact. Ben Shapiro's very own website, Daily Wire, which you can see on his laptop right there, had to take down a video after Charlottesville. A video that was a compilation of conservatives driving their fucking vehicles into Black Lives Matter protesters that were on the street. Do you know why they had to do that? Because a conservative Nazi actually acted out on those desires that conservatives routinely meme about and fantasize about. That's true. That literally fucking happened. Okay? Here you go. Jordan Yule had a fucking he had like the documents. I've talked about it before. I've talked about it before too. I have fucking Twitter threads showing you proof as well. Okay? Let me just show you the documents though. I'm talking here. So no verdict tonight? No verdict tonight. Nice redirect, Hasan. What do you mean a redirect? Do you mean deflection or something? Because it's not. It's not a deflection. It's not a deflection. Okay? The point is the same. It's the exact same. I don't know why you think it's a deflection. Conservatives, straight the fuck up. Talk about legal kills. Getting a legal kill in a fucking riot situation or in a natural disaster situation where they're going to shoot fucking looters or driving through fucking protesters. And the GOP, which listens to its voters and does everything they possibly can to fucking act out their desires, has made literally that legal. Anyone who says that conservative legislation that makes it legal to fucking drive over protesters is different than going to a fucking protest and getting a legal kill in honor of self-defense, invoking self-defense is ridiculous. Okay, you are... Maybe a tweet isn't real news, ass clown, on January 6th. Of course, the Dems don't believe it was stolen. You twit, they won. Lol joke. Oh, God. This guy's a fucking idiot, dude. Okay, I'll just ban him. I'll ban him for being too stupid. Hypocrisy. Republicans will piss on you and tell you it's urine. Democrats will piss on you and tell you it's rain. How can you act like the establishment Dems aren't just as bad, if not worse? Yeah, establishment Dems are the biggest liars out there. Pitch you progress and vote the opposite. Take hands out the same. I think this is like a Jimmy Dorian leftist or something. It's so strange that people are saying this is a deflection, this is irrelevant. Like, how is that fucking irrelevant? I'm showing you that this is like a well-established conservative trope, and that is precisely what Kyle Rittenhouse was acting out. That's what all those fucking Proud Boys are doing too. They just didn't get into a situation where they actually ended up shooting someone. Every time you fucking see conservatives behave this way, they're doing it so that they can get a fucking legal kill. Hold on one second.
But this is the narrative. And because it's the narrative, it became a national story. And the narrative always determines what is a national story, invariably. Right? Local crime stories are white people shot wrongly by the cops. Local crime stories are black people killing white people. Those are all local crime stories. White person killing black person is a national crime story. And white person killing white person, if it's in the service, the narrative of the Democratic Party, that's also a national story. So bottom line is, if it's in the interest of the Democratic Party and a broader narrative about systemic American cruelty and racism, then it becomes a national news story because the media are just the propaganda wing of the Democratic Party. It's the only reason that you know about.
Totally, dude. Totally. Classic. Fox News is not a media operation, by the way, famously.
Kyle Rittenhouse is the only reason that we've spent all this time on Kyle Rittenhouse. It's the only reason, frankly, why this prosecution was brought, because it is 100% clear at this point that Kyle Rittenhouse acted in self-defense. There is really no doubt. I mean, normally, all the defense has to do in these cases is establish reasonable doubt by the use of a self-defense privilege or a self-defense defense, right?
Privilege.
That's all you have to do. You have to show reasonable doubt as to whether the defendant acted in self-defense. In this case, it is 100% clear that the defendant acted in self-defense. Not 70%, not 80%, not 90%, 100%. We have it on tape. But again, the prosecution can't let go of it. And it is a dangerous situation when the media turns something into a national issue and then prosecutors feel the necessity to bring a case because of national pressure. That is indeed akin to mob justice. It's just.
I don't understand. Like, he's mad that there was a case, even? Like, you should be allowed to just like fucking kill two people and maim a third and not even have a court case? That is bananas, okay? Thank you, iKid Nichols, for the fact that says, what a weird name you have. I don't even know what that means.
Just done by using the prosecutor as the tool of the mob. If a mob arrives at a jail to hang somebody and they make the sheriff their tool, that doesn't make it any less of a mob. Okay, so let's go through the Kyle Rittenhouse timeline here, because you can see, by the way, how the media made this part of a broader narrative and why it became a national story. So here's the New York Times timeline leading up to Kyle Rittenhouse. They begin with the killing of George Floyd. Now, you might say to yourself, what the hell does Kyle Rittenhouse defending himself have to do with George Floyd? That's a completely separate criminal trial involving Derek Chauvin. By the way, another criminal trial where I truly believe that national media sentiment played a massive role in how that trial was performed and how the verdict came down. I do not believe that the evidence in even the Derek Chauvin trial was sufficient to support the finding of the jury. But
that's insane, dude. It's like 9 minutes and 45 seconds of like choking a dude with a knee with like numerous witnesses in fucking broad daylight, numerous different camera angles. Still not enough. That is a self-report, okay? For Ben, he's basically admitting it. Like, he's literally admitting that, like, there is no fucking bar, okay? Anyone who fucking says, like, the George Floyd situation wasn't, like, clear cut, okay, open and shut, is just basically saying the N-word, okay? They're just racist. The way that people The way that people can only understand it is if someone says the N-word, right? Like, so many white people don't understand racism unless, like, someone is literally in the process of saying the N-word. Like, this is that. This is just a long way of doing that, okay? That's crazy, because on Joe Rogan, Ben said he thought the cop did a bad job. Yeah. They call me Kid Nichols on account of these two nickels. What? I have no idea what that means.
Put that aside. One trial really has nothing to do with the other. And George Floyd has nothing to do with the shootings of Anthony Huber or Jacob Rosenbaum or Joseph Rosenbaum or any of the other characters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. But the New York Times starts its story, of course, with George Floyd, because this is all part of the protest story. Okay, then they move forward.
All right, I think Kyle is not guilty with the George Floyd case. 100% guilty. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Yeah, see who you're aligning yourself with, okay?
To August 23rd, 2020. And this is what led things off in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So there's a guy named Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake was a black resident who, according to the New York Times, was shot and seriously wounded by a white police officer. Now, the question is, why was he there? The reason that the police officer was there is he was called there by Jacob Blake's ex-girlfriend. And Jacob Blake's ex-girlfriend had called the cops because he showed up at the door. He was not supposed to. There was a restraining order against him. She had previously reported alleged rape against Jacob Blake. Okay, so the police...
Ben Shabibo, dude. Famous for believing women, by the way.
Show up. And they tried to take him into custody on an outstanding warrant issued in July on charges of third-degree sexual assault, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. Blake fights the cops, and then he has a knife. And they tell him to put down the knife repeatedly.
Facts hurt, protester, strangler. Not racist, bro. He got convicted because his girlfriend was black. What? Protester, strangler. Here to defend Kyle Rittenhouse. Thanks, protester, strangler.
And then he doesn't, so they shoot him. And here's tape of that particular incident.
Okay, not going to show that, obviously. Actually, I do want to show it. I do want to show this part because, like, you can see how ridiculous it is.
And here's tape of that particular incident.
You can see how ridiculous that is. That they just like fucking...
Right, this was the story, and people are shouting.
And then they shot him. Insane. Like, instead of apprehending him, instead of stopping him, they just shot him. His back turned to the cops, opens the car door, they shoot him.
Shouting and screaming. Okay, so here's the thing.
I just want to point something out one more time. Okay? You don't have to be a fucking perfect angel for cops not to murder you. A cop's job isn't to play judge, jury, and executioner on the spot. Okay? And I said this back then, and I will say it again. It is fucking preposterous that we take this approach and we pull out the fucking spreadsheet and all of the previous crimes that this person has committed to post hoc rationalize extrajudicious murders. That is fucking crazy, dude. That's insane. That is so distorted. Which, of course, by the way, ironically, is at the heart of these fucking protests. But someone like Ben, who recognizes, or someone like Ben who routinely fucking lies about the existence of systemic racism and claims that it does not exist, it's not real, it's a fabrication, and racism is only individuals being racist, but also no one is really being racist, and I will fucking argue to the death of me that, like, you know, no one even is actually racist, so racism is not even a real problem. Like, you know, of course he's gonna fucking say that. Did you know about the black crime section Breitbart had up until 2017? Ben worked there from 2012 to 2016. Yes, I did know about that. Of course I knew about Breitbart having a black crime section.
Media immediately covered this as another wrongful shoot because the media were in search of the narrative. The narrative...
It is literally a wrongful shooting, okay? When, like, 6 cops fucking shoot a dude, okay? It doesn't matter if he's black, doesn't matter if he's fucking white, it does not matter, okay? When cops play judge, jury, and executioner on the spot, that is automatically, by definition, a wrongful shooting.
Was police everywhere are racist and horrible because America is racist and horrible. And so anytime there's a shooting of a black man by a white police officer, this is evidence of systemic racism. Now, again, even if you go back to George Floyd, there's not a single allegation that was made anywhere in the trial. There's not a single piece of evidence to suggest that Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd because Derek Chauvin is a racist. That just does not exist. That was not even alleged in the trial. And yet it became the predicate.
Dude, a cop who literally in broad daylight murdered a man with his body is not actually murdered a black man with his body is not actually a racist. So who's racist then? You know, it's just, no one is racist. Well, Derek Chauvin never said the N-word. Like, that's, you know, these are fucking childish arguments, right? When I say, like, well, that person technically never said the N-word, so they're not racist. Like, how could you say they're racist? Like, you know, I make that as a joke, and some people will say it's a straw man or something. Wait, hold on. I think I got guests here. Okay. Oh, shit. It's not unlocked. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming out. It's like, but that is kind of what he's reducing this argument to. Like, that's what Ben Shapiro's argument is. It's not racist unless someone literally, quite literally says the N-word or something. Like, it doesn't matter. It's XQC because he ain't streaming today, is it? No, it's not XQC.
For the broader claim that America is racist. And then that broader claim was used in order to characterize the Jacob Blake shooting. And it was a bad example because Jacob Blake was a criminal who refused to comply with police commands and was carrying a weapon at the time. That is what they call in police parlance a good shoot. It did not matter. The media decided to treat it as though it was a bad racist shoot and indicative of the broad level of suspicion and racism that black Americans live under thanks to the predations of American police officers each and every day. And this resulted, of course, in Kenosha burning. Right? This is where you saw the famous video of members of the press standing outside burning buildings talking about how it was all mostly peaceful. Here's some of the video from Kenosha. You can see cars being set on fire, people wandering the streets in the middle of the night, videoing it. It's just good times all over in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Okay, so these burnings continue, and Kyle Rittenhouse shows up. Okay, so the protesters began August 24th. They say protesters, but what we mean really is rioters. Rioters started setting...
Damn, you got some good-ass drip, dude. No, like a hot granny. Hold on. Here, I'll... Thank you. Let's put this here. And then, you know, I think this will be... Hold on. There it is.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
We're watching Ben Shapiro...
He's ridiculous, dude.
Talk about the Kenosha situation with Kyle Rittenhouse. Anyway, it's BB No Money, guys.
Which camera? I guess they're both on, right?
No, that one's on. That one's not.
Hello, everybody.
It's just that one. Conservatives love property more. When is Milky Mommy on? Crotchy? Yeah, she'll be here in like 10 minutes. She'll be here soon.
Holy moly.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up, dude? What are you doing?
I was waiting for the painter. I was very confused.
Oh, there's no sound noise gate on, by the way. This is my brother.
Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, you guys look ridiculously similar. I was like, wait.
Oh, yeah, no, it's me, but doubled. What about Crotchy? Please, where is she? Oh my God, chat, be fucking normal, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Okay, we're done. We're done with this stuff. We're done with the Kenosha stuff for now. All right, we got some fucking people in here. It's so good, so fucking good, dude. It's me, I'm Kathy.